I hurriedly ran down the stairs but lost one of my glass slippers. I tried to pick it up, but the prince was already catching up. To keep my identity a secret, I had to abandon the slipper, jump into my golden carriage, and flee the palace in haste. This was because my glamorous appearance was all a sham. Not long ago, the prince invited every girl in the country to his royal ball. Even though my stepmother only prepared exquisite dresses for herself and my two sisters, I still put on my pink dress, ready to join them. However, when my stepmother saw me, she directly tore my dress to pieces and strictly forbade me from attending. I could only watch helplessly as their carriage drove away. Without a way to travel, there was no way for me to get to the ball. Just then, an old woman interrupted my grief, asking me for a bowl of water. I wiped away my tears and gave her a cup of milk instead. To my surprise, the next second, the old woman transformed into a beautiful fairy. She said she was my fairy godmother. With a gentle tap of her wand, she turned a giant pumpkin into a golden carriage. Mice into white horses, lizards into footmen, and a goose into a coachman.
I can't drive.
Then she tapped her wand again and draped me in a magnificent gown. Finally, she conjured a pair of exquisite glass slippers for me, but the magic had a time limit. I had to leave the palace before the last stroke of midnight, or everything would revert to its original form. Soon, I arrived at the prince's ball as I had hoped, and discovered to my delight that the handsome man I had once met by chance was the prince himself. We danced a full set under the gaze of everyone. Afterward, the prince led me away from the noise of the ball and into the garden. While we were talking happily, I heard the midnight bells begin to toll. To prevent the prince from seeing me in my disheveled state, I hurried away from the palace, managed to reach the vicinity of my home just before the animals reverted to their original forms. Everything felt like a dream. Before my stepmother returned, I quickly hid the remaining glass slipper. The next day, I learned that the prince intended to marry the owner of the glass slipper. To find me, he ordered every woman in the kingdom to try on the shoe. Women from all over scrambled to try it on, and even elderly women participated. However, no one could fit into it. Meanwhile, my hidden glass slipper was discovered by my stepmother. She smashed the shoe and locked me in the attic. So when the royal guards arrived, I was unable to meet the prince and resorted to singing to soothe my frustration. My stepmother had her daughters try on the shoe, but no matter how hard they struggled, neither sister could fit into it. Just as the guards were preparing to leave in disappointment, the mice opened the window for me. My singing reached the ground floor, exposing my stepmother's lies. I finally got to meet the prince. Not only did he not care about my lowly status, but he also personally put the glass slipper on my foot. In the end, I stepped out from the shadow of my stepmother and lived happily ever after with the prince.